Welcome to Revolution number 10, At the Table, an Annapropriate podcast, changing how we have uncomfortable conversations. I'm your host, Anna, and this is Heather. Today at the table, we're going to discuss a nonsensical solution in the veins of communication. So if you haven't seen this online, it's been circulating for the past little while. This Uber driver in, I don't even know where, has come up with what he calls a conversation menu. So I'll just read it through it super quick. George, the Uber driver, gives you a ride type menu on a chit. There are 5 different ones. So there's the stand-up, where he tells you things that are funny about him from prison stories, blah, blah, blah. He offers the silent ride. He offers the therapy ride, where you can just talk it out. He offers the creepy ride, where he just looks at you from the rearview mirror, all creepy-like, and that's like his quote. It's so funny, yeah. Or the rude ride, where he'd be as rude as possible. So I love that. Like, I think that's great. I think that should be like a standard in all like cabs. That should be a standard. And then I thought, wait a minute, what if we translated this like cab customer service standard to day-to-day life? Mm-hmm. Because in day-to-day life, we are constantly interacting with people we know and we don't know. Mm-hmm. People at work, people in public, friends, family, whatever. So I thought, like, originally my imagination went to like this like silly emoji button that would like express your like mood for the day. Like, talk to me, smiley emoji, grumpy face emoji, angry you know what I mean?
And who doesn't love a button?
Who doesn't love a button and who doesn't love emojis? And then I thought, well, actually, if this is going to be a feasible way to change the world, we can't have stupid emoji buttons, because what really, like, it's not going to match everybody's outfit. So I decided, so here's the
Concept.
Here's the concept. God damn it, I love you. Okay, so the concept is nonverbal communication. It's wearing your emotions on your sleeves.
Or collar.
Like, how many times a day, like, or a month, like, there are times when I just, like, wake up and I'm like, I am in a bad mood. And if anything even remotely shitty happens, I'm gonna either cry or scream.
Yeah.
But when I feel that way, instead of, like, projecting my ridiculous, out of control emotions and exploding on other people's faces, because I don't think anybody really has the right to do that, and we should always, like, rein our shit in order to, like, not project your own garbage and emotions onto other people. You know, sometimes I think it'd be nice if I didn't have to sit beside someone on the bus or have chit chat with someone that I see at the grocery store when I'm just not in the mood. And nobody wants to be rude. I don't want to be rude and say, I'm not in the mood to talk. Which I feel like we should be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. But, you know, social graces silently dictate our degrees of interaction subconsciously, whether we want them to or not. So now I'm imagining, like, small button, like, solid color that would represent a certain emotion. Mm-hmm. I'm chatty today. You know, say hello. Green button. Say hello.
Just a little green button, that's it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yellow button is happy. Or, yeah.
Joy.
Yield, even, it could be. I mean, fuck, we could go with traffic light colors. Keep it totally simple, so we don't have like a million options for all these different. I'm feeling depressed and existential today. Like,
yeah.
We don't need to go that far.
Aquamarine.
It's more to, like, encourage conversation, encourage communication, and encourage respect for boundaries as well. Like, so I'm wearing a red button. I run into you at the grocery store. You're wearing a green button. You know, some people, you would think people should be able to pick up on social cues. Mm-hmm.
But there are some people that do need a really specific...
Some. I think we can go out on a limb and say most people cannot pick up on social cues. And I'm not like sitting on a high horse saying I've never done that or I don't do that. Because I do. We all do it. Mm-hmm. We do it because it comes naturally, right? To like consider, I'm grumpy. Mm-hmm. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know? And you're having like the best day of your life and now I just shat all over you.
Yeah.
Like I've done that before and I realized that wasn't a nice way to go through life because majority of the time you're shitting on strangers.
Yeah.
I just, it's not fair to put that on someone else. Right?
Like, I'm just having a bad day.
Right. And you're like yelling at the clerk at the grocery store.
Or the TTC driver.
Or like, your mom when you get home. Like, whatever. And every time you overreact, you corrode that thread of that relationship. Like, okay, so I was reading this thing about the Inuit and how they raise their children still today as they have since ancient Inuit tribes. So according to these elders in this Inuit community, they don't scold their children. So there's never any anger or violence projected onto the child, even when they're doing something wrong. The children are taught lessons not through don't do that, but through stories, through tales of, the ancient whale and the kid that cried wolf. Like, that's obviously not an Inuit tale.
Yeah.
But that's what fables are for. And that's, so again, where there's communication. There was communication that was mouth to ear for so long. Mm-hmm. For so long, mouth to ear. So mouth to ear communication meant we have to be close. Physically. Yeah. There has to be some kind of physical closeness, and we've gone so far away from that. Yeah. I think that these little buttons would be whatever.
It's a nonverbal communication.
Right. Like, so it's like red means stop, back the fuck off. I don't want to talk to no one today. I'll give you a nod and a hi, but you ain't getting how are ya? Mm-hmm. Yellow's like, yeah, I'm cool, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. Mm-hmm. Please don't waste my fucking time. And green's like, I got all the time in the world. Let's chat. What's up? How you been? I haven't seen you in 20 years. Tell me, what have you been doing for 20 years? The whole idea of the emojis and like I literally imagine this little case of emojis, emoji buttons to walk around with. So we have every single emotion that you could possibly feel. But I think that's also a hindrance because again, you don't want to give away so much, right? You want to say, yes, let's talk and I'll tell you about what's going on. And maybe there could be some kind of nonverbal agreement where if you're green and I'm red and we're friends, maybe I'll go yellow for you.
I like that.
Where
it's it's like your mood changes throughout the day.
Yeah, so your little thing can change. Yeah. Oh, I had my coffee. I'm not red anymore. I'm all green all over. And I know.
And that's easy. That's 3 colors. So what about people who would feel pressured to wear a certain kind of pin? Like, say, at a job, it's like they have to wear green because they don't want to piss their boss off.
Well, I think that the whole point of wearing your emotions on your sleeve is honesty. The ability to feel comfortable with expressing a certain sensation, a certain feeling for the day without feeling any pressure to overshare or share at all. The point is, I'm blue today. Ask me if I want to talk about it. I'm red today. Please don't look at me the wrong way. I will stab you. It's about enhancing your ability to interpret nonverbal communication.
And honesty is the key.
Honesty, yeah. Just not being afraid to communicate openly because there aren't going to be any repercussions because everybody's doing it. So it's now the norm. Right? We've changed the status quo. We're not afraid to be sad or grumpy or whatever because social graces dictate that we can't. I know that we're more complicated than that. I know. Oh, we're so complex and deep. But really, like, we need to encourage a more obvious form of nonverbal communication, you know, like wearing your emotions on your sleeve. Now, I get that we are complex people. We like to believe that about ourselves, that we're so different. Every one of us are so different from the other. I'm so different. I'm so different. Now, this is something that I have difficulty with because we are so different. I have recently begun intellectually exploring the idea of reality and perspective and how that is relevant to your experiences and your reality. So for me, that has brought about almost an easier way to consider other people's feelings than actually like considering where they come from and why they feel that way. Like to the extreme level, like that fundamentalist Christian, all they know is Christ. That's all they know. So for that, I can't be angry at them that they don't share the same perspective with me because they don't have the same experiences as me. So yes, I get it. We're all different. Perspective is reality. Reality is relative. So, okay, we got that out the way. But that said, we are not as complicated as we like to believe. Like anything, there is a solid structure to any building. And if we're a building, the structure has to be the same to hold up the house. We need the main pillars. I don't fucking know how to build a house, but you know what I'm saying? Like we need the frame, even if the design is different, the architecture is different, you still need that holding wall or whatever
it's
the
like
fuck.
That saying, don't put the cart before the horse.
No, it is not like that at all. I don't even know why that. What the hell? Is that what it sounds like I'm saying?
A little bit.
No, what I'm saying is every house needs a foundation and a fucking holding wall. The house can be 17 stories, whatever. Okay, I'm being outrageous and I'm being nonsensical right now. Okay, so let's just roll with it, please.
Okay.
It's called a metaphor, Heather. Okay, so let's say all houses are basically need the same structure, even if they look different on the outside and the inside. They need a basic structure. They need a roof, they need a holding wall, they need a foundation.
Okay, I see.
To keep the shit together.
Yeah.
No matter what it looks like on the outside and what it's designed like on the inside, a house is a house is a house is a house. A human is a human is a human is a human. No matter what. Yeah, okay, got it. I've read it. I'm going to say it one more time because I don't want anybody to get all uppity in my grill about how, Anna, we're all individuals and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it. And our egos drive us to believe that to the maximum. We're all fucking special. Ooh, look at me, I'm fucking special. Okay, yeah, you're special. Good for you. But at the same time, we're all basic men. We're all the same. And certain situations are going to inspire the same feeling for every person. And if we could start to focus a little bit more on our similarities rather than consistently pummeling all these differences that we have to get over these differences. Why don't we focus on the things that bring us together? Like being fucking grumpy in the morning. You know what I mean? Two people, red buttons. You pass each other and you're both kind of makes you smile that you see another grumpy pants in the morning, You're like, oh, look at that grumpy pants. I like that.
Wonder what their kind of day is.
Right. Maybe you're both all of a sudden your red goes to green for both of you because you're both red.
Yeah.
Let's talk it out.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of my younger friends say, oh, people, I don't know why I do that voice when I imitate my friends. They don't sound like that, but some of them do. Anyway, they probably do sound like that. Anyway, I'm going to continue with the voice. My friends will say, like, I've heard a few, like, and I'm talking like 3 or 4 of my guy friends have said this, that things are different now. Like, communication is different. Nobody wants to talk face to face. Girls only want to meet you from like originate the meet online. Like, if you approach a woman in a grocery store and say hi to her, she's going to turn her back on you. As opposed to if you matched with the exact same girl on some social network, you know, she's going to match with you or whatever. But like the like face-to-face encounter is kind of like a creepy thing. Like the other day I was in the grocery store and I was looking for my phone and I felt like this like older lady was like walking towards me at the same time. And I felt like she was looking at me. Like I was kind of like frantically looking for my phone and it was in my hand. And I go, and right as I find it in my hand, she's like, we've locked eyes and she's walking past me. And I go, oh, it was in my hand the whole time. The lady looked at me like I was insane. She was just like, what the fuck is this chatty pants all about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was just like, why is this woman coming? Like, she was just grocery shopping. I thought we had a moment. But we didn't. You know what I mean? Like, if perhaps if there were buttons there, I would have noticed.
Yeah.
She's yellow.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be talked to by strangers.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. I don't fucking know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cool. And why not? Why can't we simplify when things should be simpler? That's it. I've always said for every problem there is a solution. You just have to find the solution. A lot of times you might not agree with the solution, you know, but it's fun to explore things that could possibly lead to, you know, something better for everybody, or you know, like I don't want to slant anything, you know, but we're gonna so you know, what if, you know, this is kind of like a Big Brother, like Orwellian sort of.
God.
Oh, you know, like it could be portrayed as something like that.
Yeah.
That this is sort of like infringing on our rights or our personal liberty.
I don't think it would, though, because it's not really infringing our rights if we're just expressing ourselves.
But Heather, I feel like it wouldn't work if it wasn't enforced. So, like, you gotta wear your button.
Interesting.
Because if everybody's not playing, it's not gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if every 15th person has a button and everybody else isn't part of the game, then you're not encouraging people to do it. Like, it's not meant to be demanding or commanding or dictatorial. It's meant to be like stop and go. Like, we all listen to traffic lights, so why can't we as human beings have traffic lights? You know?
Interesting.
As a boundary. You know, I don't know. I feel
like that, though. Like, why not? You're right. Why not?
This is less about, it's more about social graces, right? Like these social graces, this term common sense.
Yeah.
That we're just supposed to be able to look at each other and read each other's. You can't tell that I'm in a bad fucking mood.
It's like reading your mind.
Right. So we're eliminating that.
Yeah.
And my hopes is that it would just make the world seem smaller.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's a friendly face. You know? Or not. But at least instead of like let's use the grocery store for an example, because we all go grocery shopping. Not everybody uses the TTC, but it's a huge example that we like to use because you and I are avid TTC riders. Yeah. Because in a giant city like Toronto, you should definitely park and ride. So in the grocery store, for example, like that lady, like she wasn't in the mood for my shit.
Yeah. So then maybe I should pose the question, so how will it change the world?
On the scale of feasible to nonsense. This is definitely a nonsensical idea that probably works a lot better in my mind, because it needs participation from everybody, right? And like, you can't expect everyone to adhere to certain behaviors unless you live in North Korea. So how this could change the world, if we were to implement such amazing nonsense, is it would highlight our similarities. And I think that we need to take the focus away from our differences and start to recognize that, you know what, we all feel shit. Mm-hmm. And we all feel happy. We all feel the same feelings. Mm-hmm. Even that person you think never cries still feels sad. Mm-hmm. You know, and if they're wearing a blue button, hey, there we go. Let's do green, yellow, red, blue. And like, what about pink for like super happy?
Yeah, I know.
Like blue for like sad. Like I'm sad and I can talk.
Yeah.
I'm sad and I'd like to talk.
Yeah.
You know, black for I'm super fucking depressed. I don't know. But like, I think that it would change the world. In my opinion, it would totally change the world because it would just encourage people to be aware of their surroundings and
communicate non-verbally.
You know, maybe we'll look up from our phones.
Yeah.
And I wonder what. Oh, blue button. You're at the water cooler. Blue button today, man. Oh, Heather, what happened? You know, like, and you can say, you know, like, I'm wearing my sad, but I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I want you to know I'm sad so that if I seem a little off, you know it. That is how I think this, like, little standardized system of wearing your emotions on your sleeve would change the world. I think that it would illuminate our similarities and really stop.
We're all the same house.
We're all the same house. We're all the same fucking house. This is Anna.
I'm Heather.
And you're at the table.
Thanks for joining us today on Revolution number 10. Please join us at the table soon.
Yeah, next time.